Hello, it's John, Vintage Fisherman. My whole channel started all over a Baitrunner, and I saw this one for sale. I thought, man, I'd like to have that. It's a 3500 size. And this one is covered in sand. It's been used on the beach, but it functions. I had to buy a handle for it. I got one from Shimano. It looks a little better than the reel. It's a fancy handle for sure. I got some more drags for it. I thought the drags might be compromised from all the sand. We'll see how it looks. I'm going to try to do a real comprehensive video on this because I've got two of these to do. See all the sand up in there? It's got a sealed drag. That's always nice. So these screws got to come out. Little corrosion on this reel. I'm not gonna lie, it may give me a fit. Hope I don't break anything. It's in great shape otherwise. I've got two of these to do. I've got a 6500 also. I plan on keeping these reels. I bought them at auction. Actually, this is kind of my birthday present this year. When this video will probably come out close to or on my birthday in July. And I'll sing happy birthday to myself, I guess, when I hand myself my nice, cleanly refurbished reel. Yeah, it's pretty corroded up in there, but it's also got oil in it, or grease on it too, which Shimano does grease their drags. The drags I got for this, I don't think are correct. Just going to tell you. So we're probably going to have to reuse these. This is what I was sent. It said it was for the 3500 or not. So that's how things go with this whole reel business. There's so many changes throughout the history of a reel line, maybe, or a model that I don't know. It's very disheartening sometimes. Look at the sand up in there. Goodness gracious. That's rough. Don't know which coast that sand came from. I can't remember where I got this reel from. The handle's brand new, so it doesn't need anything. That came from Shimano. Well, it came from a Shimano supplier. I don't know if it was directly from Shimano or not. The cap's got some sand in it. All right, here we go. We're going to dive in. I want to say, yeah, this handle's got to come apart. The Baitrunner handle. It's got one screw in it up here. It's probably been a year and a half or 2 years since I took one of these apart. Yeah, there you go. Now you can take the cover off. I have my original 6500 up here that I've had for a long time. And I did it for the first time. I did it on camera. That's what gave me the inspiration for this channel. It's a complicated reel, or more so than most. And probably not the most complicated by any means, but pretty complicated. I decided I was going to video it. And when I got done, I was using the video to put the reel back together. I thought, man, that'd be really cool to help other people out with. I should have kept that video and posted it, but I did not. It is what it is. There we go. And now we're going to get a look inside. Well, it's nice and clean inside. Complicated. Did I mention it's complicated? Yeah. Okay, so you got, remember this, there's a shim right there on that main crank. We're going to take these two screws out. I think this whole plate comes out together. This reel just needs some grease and some love. I think it'll just kind of pop off of there. Yeah. So that went on that post. Okay, so we got that. You can see how this goes up and it rotates that. All right, we're going to rotate this around and get the axle shaft out of it. You need a little hook of some sort. There's a keeper. I really like, this is one thing about Shimano's I like. It's how they do their axle shafts, and that pulls out. Then your gear can come out. And there is a shim on the other side of that gear. Is there? No, there's not. Okay. The bearing, level line came out. That's okay. That's all right. Let's go ahead and get that. Whoa! Get that gear out there. Okay. There's a bearing. Take it out. Ooh, it's covered. It's covered in sand. We'll have to work on that. Let's go ahead and take the rotor. We got a retaining screw or a set screw for the rotor nut. It was not super tight. Keep a note of that. That rotor should pop right off. This is an instant anti-reverse reel. And I can tell you from past experience, I'm not going to take this apart, but I will have to take those 4 screws out to remove it. I can clean this without taking it apart. I've learned that from the past. And there's bearing in the gear. Let's set this aside. Put that bearing up here with the other bearings. Let's get that back there out of the way. There's a collar in here. We'll clean that up. This only gets oil. So we're going to set that aside. I'll probably clean that separate. Okay. We're going to work on this. Your trip and everything is going to be up in here. Right there's your trip, full of sand. Pretty. All right, we'll go ahead and take this screw out. Maybe. Yeah, there it goes. Pay attention to how this roller goes in there, but I can almost tell you if it's a Shimano how it goes. They pretty much standardize how they do their rollers. Okay, you've got washer, shim were up inside. And then you got what turns out to be like a bearing type of assembly. So it goes in like that. The line roller, the smallest side, goes back towards the actual bale. Now, I really need a longer screwdriver. I don't have a longer screwdriver, so I don't know. We might have to get one somewhere. I got it loose. I either got it loose or I broke it, one or the other. That one's kind of awkward. So they've used this on the beach. It's in great shape. They probably used it one time or something, you know. It's pretty sandy. It don't look like that East Coast sand. This looks like a West Coast reel here. There was a little washer. It's wore out. Might have to find something to take its place. Yeah. It's cut. Well, we'll deal with that on a later date. Let's go ahead and take this cover off over here. I got to change my parts washer fluid out. It's just not cleaning good at all. Okay, you see how that's made? You got a little spring in here. I got to take this out. It's just too dirty to let it go like it is. But this, you have to very carefully, because this is going to pop apart, remove this. It's got way too much sand in it to leave it in place. I gotta get that out of there. And then this little spring, don't let it go flying. Comes out like that. And there is a shim. Good grief, there is a shim on there. Well, we couldn't get any tighter than that, huh? I'll take a X-Acto and I'll have to get up under it. There we go. Just remember that shim's got to go on there first. Don't lose that little bitty shim. Now, this is some wild stuff. I think this, well, let's go ahead and take this off. Where'd that come from? Boy, I don't like it when things fall out and I don't see them. Oh, it went in right here. Okay, that's okay. We're good. All right, that's a little disconcerting when things start flying out and you don't know where they went. I have to dig this sand out. It's too much to get the screwdriver into. It's really stuck in there. It's a very coarse sand. It's not a fine. If it's sand from anywhere, it's from the Outer Banks. They have a real coarse sand there. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I've got a screwdriver that would go through there. I might here. Oh, hold on. I was using one earlier today. Yeah. Good deal. If it ain't twisting off, we're in good shape here. I can feel the bale spring flying out on me already. So when you take your hand off of here, watch out. All right, that comes off. There's another spring right there. Golly, don't lose that. And then this can come off in your bail spring. What a complicated little setup. Wow. Okay. And then that was the easy part. Yeah. I'm not going to take the selector off. We'll leave that. I think to get this out, you got to pull this up right here. It's a big horseshoe keeper. And this comes out the back. Maybe. Or maybe not. Maybe I also have to take this one out. No, that's not right. I want to say, there he goes. I want to say it's coming, but it's just really, really stiff. There's several parts to this. Even just this right here, there's several parts. There's the Teflon washers go down. And I believe, maybe not, maybe it's molded in there. Yeah, we'll leave that alone. There's 2 Teflon washers that go down, and the hard washer goes on top of that. And then you got your spring. And then that's got to come out. And I'll probably watch this video 100 times to make sure I get this thing apart and back together correctly. And then that comes out. That's your drag wash. That's your preset washers there. And let's see that. It's got to come out this way. It's got a big snap ring on it. This is the trip. Yeah, that's the trip to the, we can lock it right there and try to get that snap ring out of there. All right, so I'm going to have to use a couple screwdrivers here. Say a little prayer here, this thing don't go flying out. There's a snap ring in there. Oh, it did fly, but I caught it with my finger. Luck. And we'll unlock that, and this should slide on out. We'll hook it. It goes in like that, and this piece can come out the front. It does have a shim on it. It's got that going in towards the body. And all this right here, I think I'm going to leave alone, folks. I think it's easily cleaned inside the reel. That's as far as I want to take it down. So I ordered a couple handles because I couldn't find the right schematic for this reel, and this is what I got first. This looks more correct for it, but it doesn't fit it. Different size threads. So I've got a nice handle, brand new from Shimano for something. I got another Baitrunner to do. I'll just go ahead and throw it into the video here. That's going to be my next reel. It's a 6500. You can see the size difference. It's just big surf size reel. 185 pounds, 185 yards, a 30 pound. I would probably run 25 pound on this. 230 yards, 25 pounds. So, or maybe 20 pounds on that reel. Well, there it is. We'll clean it up. We'll come back. We'll see what we can do with it. Hello, this is John. I'm back on this cool old Baitrunner 3500B. And right here is a schematic on it. There's just a few parts in that thing. I'm going to do my best, folks. We'll start out by eliminating things, you know. I want to get this bell together, the rotor and bell. First thing, I think it's going to be one of the most complicated parts of the reel. So if you see me referring to this quite a bit, well, this is a tough little reel to build. So bear with me. We're going to start out right here with the rotor. It had, and I'm going to be using a lot of this lightning lube. It had a little bitty spring right there. I'm going to put it in. Spring and tab goes in right there. It's like a little detent. Okay. Isn't that a fancy word? Detent. Over here, I'm going to put this right here where I can see it. Over here we've got on this end, you got this goes on there like, is that right? No, I don't look right. It goes up. Goes in here like this. And it's got this little doodad, which I'll oil it once I get it in here. It pops. Ooh, if this thing flies out, I'm screwed. I'll never find it in this garage. This garage is tough to find stuff. I don't know any other way to do it but to do it. Wow. Shimano is not simple reels. Not at all. And it's sometimes really, it makes you wonder, what, why, where did you, what kind of psychedelic drugs are y'all using over there, you know? But they do work well. They're just a pain to get back together. There, like that. That's how that one goes. Yeah. It also gets, looks like a washer maybe. And this possibly. It gets complicated, folks. It really does. Now this bail spring, this thing was full of sand. It took me about an hour or so to clean this reel up good. This bail spring goes in there like that. Make sure we're not missing any shims or anything. That bell spring really could use some oil up in it, so we'll give it some of that. Hope it flows down in there good. The bell spring also has a brass collar on it. So, all right, let's. What we got here? Wow and wow. Wow and wow. So this goes on. Well, I know it goes in there, but it's going to be tough to get to fit just right. I keep losing my grease because I keep moving it around. Like, well, I want it here, no, I want it over there. I got to get it in one spot where I can find it. It's like this fits in there, but it doesn't fit in there. Does that make sense? Does it go like that? No, no way. There it goes. So that goes in there like that, and it has a screw on it. Or does it? Yeah, it's got a screw. It goes through two covers. Okay. Let's finish up this side. It's got a... I'm stuck. It shows a washer and a spacer. I'm really hoping that this is right. Okay, we'll go with that. I'm still getting sand off this reel. It's crazy how much sand was in this reel. Okay, so I think we got most of that situation figured out. That goes to the bell arm. I want to say this is one of them, and this is one of them. There was one washer I couldn't save. It was too wore out. I found a brass shim I think will work. We'll see. That won't work there. So we'll try it up here. Yeah, that's more like it. And then this one goes in right here. You know, Shimano likes to make their stuff complicated. That's all I got to say. Like it, don't like working on it. Like using it. It's something. It's really something. So this could be a whole chunk of parts when I get this rotor together. I got to be careful how much grease I use in this because I'm probably going to be using this reel in the surf. That goes in like that. Let's see how it... It don't want to work. It ain't no good, is it? And I cut it in there wrong. It's probably a really good possibility it's in there wrong, if I had to guess. It sure does look like it goes like that, but I don't know if my video of me taking it apart would show a whole lot about that or not. Let's see if we can't get this to... This bell spring don't want to cooperate. That's part of the problem. This keeps laying over. I don't know why. Can't really get to stay where I need it now. I'll have to poke around at it to get it to pop in place, probably. Don't even know if that will work. It's got to go a long ways. Yeah, we got problems with that. See, it's wanting to... It'd probably be easier if I took it back apart. I'm not sure how to get that to go where it needs to go. It's going to take a little bit of effort. See, it's got to go in there, but it doesn't want to go in there because it keeps rolling to the side for whatever reason. So, I don't know. This might be one of those walk away moments. You know. Just, it acts like it wants to go right there. But it won't make the turn to go right there. Wow. Wow, I'm going to have to stab myself with a damn screwdriver here. Nope. It keeps rolling over. I'm not even close. So, this is probably going to be a disaster, but I'm going to take this back off. And I don't know. I hope I don't lose all these little parts back here. Something's bound to go flying. I'll probably put the screw on here that will retain those parts. At least they'll just fall off onto the screw. I'll take this off. I'll pop the bell spring out back here. And wow. I need 3 hands now. This is going to spin everywhere. I don't want to stay where it's supposed to go. And then, all right, so that's the easiest way to do it, is put the bell spring in and then put this piece on. And then, God, that little washer keeps sticking to my hand. I'm not even near it. Yeah, that's the way to do it. I think I'm onto it here. Hold on, so before I actuate it, I'm going to take the screw back out and put the cover on so nothing goes flying. Why, Shimano? When you take it apart, you don't notice that because you're taking the screw out of the rotor and you're just kind of popping the rotor out. You don't notice that tension's on there like that. So, all right, let me see what I need to do to secure the rotor. It looks like it just takes the screw up in there. Is that a... Okay, that's just a regular old screw, isn't it? Wow, that's weird. Let's do this. Let's run this one in there like that. That's how I got it loose. Okay, so when you pop it down, your trip's coming down like it's supposed to. Okay. I think I got that side. All right. Now over here, this goes in. It's a little filler piece. Then this, you got this piece here. Let's get some grease on it. So this rides in here like this. Oh boy, fun stuff, man. And this goes all the way through there. And then that's... not enough hands. Seriously, not enough hands. You got... I want to say it's this screw right here. No, it's this one. It's going to get that little washer that I'm replacing, and it'll be fine. It'll work. And it's got to go in right there. And I can't run the screwdriver through like I did on that other one. I'm going to have to just hope I get it started correctly. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh yeah. Yeah, it's not gonna be easy to do. Alright, I think it's tightening. That's not going into its place. There we go. Alright, well that's moving freely, so I feel pretty good about that. Now, the roller assembly. Something right here. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. Okay. The roller assembly. So we don't need to worry about that little washer. We got that took care of. We'll just throw that away. It would be a whole lot easier if you could see it. It's got this washer. Goes up in there. And this seal or spacer. And then the roller goes like that. And then this piece goes like that, and then this piece looks like it will go either way. I don't see any difference in it. I'll go in there like that, and all that slides on this, and then this comes in from the back side. And we'll oil that once I get it together. Let's make sure that the roller rolls. Now, that might be a little tough because it's tucked up in there. Yeah, it's rolling. Okay, so let's lubricate that really good. But always make sure your line roller rolls. No point in putting it in there and it don't. Wow, there's that. That took what, 10, 15 minutes? I mean, like I said, these are barely DIY reels. They're not very user friendly to do any major repairs to. So I can set that assembly aside. What's next? Let's do the live liner part of it. All this needs good oiling down in here. Pin oil will be fine. All this stuff needs to be able to rotate freely. All right. Okay. This goes in. I gotta have some tweezers because I cannot get a hold of that. This goes in like this. Okay. And then you get this washer, I believe. Let's look at that real closely because there's several washers here. Oh, God. Let's see what it says in the description. 2957. 2957 is ratchet spacer. Yeah. Okay. Ratchet spacer. Okay. We're going to say that's right. That ratchet's got to go in there a certain way. What way is that? I don't know. I want to say it goes like that. And then there's a snap ring that goes over all that, holds that in place. Oh boy. So how do you put a spacer in? Oh, with your thumbs. Okay. Okay, I think that's right. Now, something seems missing right there. I don't know why. Oh boy. I'm gonna have to shut the video off and get a good look. Oh. 20. What the devil have I got here? I think I've done something wrong already. $29.77 is a free spool tension washer. It'd be nice if they'd say neoprene or steel or you're stupid or go to hell because you shouldn't be working on these things. So let's just find something, put it in there. I want to say it's like this one. And then you got the little ratchet goes in there. Like that. Then the next neoprene washer, there's two of them. Are they going to go over that? I don't know. They're supposed to. Maybe that's the drag washer that goes right there. $29.79. Free spool tension washer. Oh my gosh. I bet it's this. Which is like a drag washer, basically. Yeah, I'm a little concerned because I got two washers there. I don't know where they go. They didn't go on this end. Unless $29.57 was times 2. Well, it just says 1. $29.77. I don't think these fit over that shaft. Nope. I don't know where those go. It doesn't show them in here. And it starts going up through here. It literally doesn't show them. 452. Maybe it's that. 452. Tension spring washer A. Okay. 113. Tension spring washer B. They've left something out here, and I didn't pay attention when it came. I might have to take the stop the video and find this, because these got to go in there. They came out of here, but they won't fit over that. They don't fit in there, so they don't go on this. Okay, whatever. But did they go? Because that seems rather loose, don't it? Yeah, I'm gonna go back and look at my video. I'll stop here and try to find where those two came out of. It's very important. This is why this Baitrunner is being videoed to do, because it's very difficult. Hang on. I think I got to take this back apart. Something down in here. This got a little jacked up on me, to be honest with you. Let's throw that back in gear. And yeah, I got a little backwards on this, I think. I got to take this snap ring back out. That's always some fun stuff here. Hopefully it doesn't go flying on me. These are not easy to take apart. Gosh, are you kidding me? Why is it? Golly. Come on, don't fly. It flew out on me the last time, remember that? I'm going to hold my finger over it and hopefully it doesn't come. Alright, I got it that time. Okay, we got something going on here with this. I got these two washers here, just don't look right. None of this looks right. They don't go over this. Only this goes over this. Oh, I'm about to lose that. These have to go. These have to go up inside of that cap, along with these, because they don't go anywhere with this. So I think I had it right. Wow, you know, I don't think Shimano's schematics are correct there. I really don't. Because it doesn't show where those went. I think what happened was, because it doesn't show up in my video either, they were up inside that cap. I don't know which way this goes now. I forgot. I don't know. I may wait, put that snap ring back in until I get it all together. I think this goes in right here. And this, but this isn't spaced right to hit that clicker. But that one is, though. Oh, the clicker's probably on. No? Yeah, it's clicker's on there. Okay, so we're good there. Then it's going to be this tension washer. Even with schematics, this is not easy. That was supposed to ride in there, but it doesn't fit. Maybe I got it turned around backwards. Is one side longer than the other? Nope. Oh my gosh. Shimano. This is going to be a walk away reel, is what this is going to be. This is going to be one of them deals where I just say, no, we're just done. You know, I can't fix it. Even with the videos, and you can't hold on to it. It's a tough area to work in. Very small. And I'm going to tell you, if you don't get this thing right, it ain't going to work right. So one of those is shorter than the other. So it goes in like that. Okay. Wow. And the spring goes on there like that. So the only thing I can figure is these washers all went up in here. That's the only thing I can figure about that. The evil laugh, because I'm upset because nothing is staying in place. Golly, Shimano. It's not a throwaway reel. They're not cheap. They're not cheap reels, but it is very, very difficult to do this correctly. Those two notches have got to go in those two ears. There, like that. And then this keeper goes in there and lines up with that. And then I hope I get this right, because I don't know, which way it goes. It doesn't show. The schematic's not that detailed, so I don't know which way this thing turns. That's going to determine which way that goes in there. That's wrong. That's backwards, I'm pretty sure. But you see why I started doing these videos? If you took this apart and didn't have something to look at, how would you get it back together? Seriously, how would you get it back together? We're going to put this snap ring in and pray for the best. I mean, I can always go back and redo it, but it's not, once you get this snap ring in there, it's not easy to get back out. And if I lose it, I'm done, because I don't know if I'll ever find one. See, I'm halfway in, halfway out. That's the most dangerous place for a spring to be, or a clip to be, because it's basically a spring. So as that spool unwinds, it would turn that way. I think that's right, folks. I really do. Okay. That's fun. Let's put the anti-reverse back in. The anti-reverse bearing back in here. It goes something like that. Yeah, there we go. And it gets these 4 screws. And how many of you are out there saying, John, hey, John, the gear's got to go back in there. I'm about to cut this video again in just a minute, because I have to go take care of some things here at the house. But this is going to be several start-stops on this video. It is what it is. John, put the bearing in, John. You're a dummy, John. All right. I got a few more minutes. I may be able to get it mostly done. All right, let's put some grease in it. I'm feeling a little bit better about it, but yeah. The gear's got a wild taper to it, and I've never seen anything quite like that. We'll go ahead and grease it good before we put it in there. Now I can put the anti-reverse bearing on. Fun stuff, people. Fun stuff. It's a pretty massive anti-reverse bearing. I'll give them credit where credit's due. That's pretty serious. Somehow or another, I think this reel's going to come together okay, despite my best efforts. We can go ahead and put the rotor on, I believe. We'll put just a dab of grease on that. Pin grease will be fine. Just something to seal the threads a little bit. It's starting to look like a fishing reel again. Still have a bunch of parts on the table. Okay, what did I do wrong? She's locked up tight. That spacer's got to go on there. How many more people are out there saying, "Hey, John, what about your spacer for your anti-reverse there, buddy?" Yeah, you got that right. All right, now it'll go together right now. Okay, that was fun. Well, that was a test. That was a test to see if y'all were paying attention. But you know, if it don't work, then you know you got something wrong. Okay, so this one was about right there. Smooth, okay. And this little screw goes in right about there, or not. Once something falls out of my fingers, it's gone. I can't get a hold of it again. Go in right there, and that retains the screw, the nut. It keeps the nut from turning, okay? Sometimes I think I need somebody to keep this nut from turning. All right, here we go. Bearing. These aren't sealed bearings. We'll put that in there. I don't know why it's not sealed. It's kind of odd, but we'll go with it. This gets a good coating of grease. The crosswind gear goes in there. It and these slides get a good coating of grease. And your crosswind block goes in. Just like that. All right. Is that right? Did I screw that up already? No, that's right. Okay. I believe I had to put this. Yeah, I know it won't go in there. So this has to go in next. Give us a good coating. I'll be glad to get this one done, folks. So this gear will go in, and then I can put the axle shaft in it. We'll give that some decent oil. Let me give it some thicker oil. This Lucas oil is a little bit thicker than the Penn or the other oils I've got there. And once you get it to right there, it's going to fight you a little bit. Just take your little screwdriver or whatever and kind of get it in place. And then you get this in there, you'll see there's 2 grooves, one on each side of that block. Supposed to be. There we go. And you rotate that down, and there should be one little bitty screw here. There it is. I'm going to have to use the screw setters to get those in. They're just too small. Can't get my little fingers down, my big fingers down that little hole. And apparently I can't get my screw setter down there either. So, wow. Yeah, you know, everything wants to be aggravating. Got a hold of it good this time. All right, we'll put that in there and tighten that down. All right, get 2 shims on the main shaft. However many you take out of it, this one had 2. We'll put that bearing on there. We got this unit goes in. It's probably going to have to be set a certain way. Okay, like that. But I want to say that's got to go over that peg right there. So it's got to go over it like that. So you have to set that in place. Then you got 2 screws that hold all that down. Okay. So when you set your bait runner, you can set the tension on the bait runner, like with this back here. Of course, you set your drag up here, but as you pick the reel up with your baits run, you pick it up to cast it, it flips that back, and everything goes back to the way it should. That's working right. Okay, so we're going to oil this little, I sprayed a little bit of my ballast oil on this, but we're going to give it just a little bit more oil. And then your cover can go on. They're done on this back side. The cover's got 1 small screw right here underneath that handle, and then 3 bigger screws. It's an oily mess right now. I've used a lot of oil on this, grease on this reel. I have to wipe it down good. It's going to get line on it today. I got a bunch of reels to put line on. I'm getting ready to, I'm going to attempt to go pier fishing with my medical situation. They're going to have to make a couple accommodations for me at the pier. But we're going to try to fish with a disability today, or this next week or so. Don't know if I'm taking this reel or not, but I will go ahead and put line on. But I got to put line on a couple of other reels. I think I got those tight. Okay, and then the last thing is this handle goes on. Line it up. And you got one last screw goes in right here. All right, let's wipe it down. It's really oily. Really, really oily. You know, I clean everything down with WD-40, and that's where most of this comes from, to help keep the crud off of it. The WD-40 will eventually dry. Before I get to the coast with this, probably be, at the very earliest, will be fall for any beach fishing with my current medical situation. But yeah, it'll be dry by then. It'll just be dry and shiny, and it will repel water. That's the great thing about this situation. We'll go ahead, let's give that just a dab of grease. We'll give it some oil. This is a really nice handle. I don't think it was the handle specifically for this reel, but when I ordered it from the vendor, a vendor of Shimano parts, this is what he sent me. It was the right part number. Look at that. And then I got the cap that goes on over here. A little bit more, just smear a little grease down in there. I'll keep that cap, it'll keep it tight, but it'll also keep it where it's... Let me put it under the desk, because it's going to sling oil everywhere. Give it a good crank. Okay. All right, we got that done. Despite all the aggravations and my issues, I got it with dropping things and forgetting where things go. Shimano has always been one to put grease on their drags, and that's where everybody else got the idea from. To be honest with you, I don't think anybody was greasing drags before Shimano did it. I use the cowls, doesn't hurt. I'm going in, it's felt washer, metal washer, felt washer, eared washer, felt washer, and then your final washer. And then you got your seal that goes in there. And then these 4 tiny little screws. I'm going to try to set them without this screw setter. These hold the seal in. The seal probably could be rotated a little bit. Yeah, right there. That was the only corrosion on this reel, was one of these screws had some corrosion on it. I didn't think it was going to come out, but it did. I was able to clean the corrosion off of it. So that's a good thing. And I'll figure out what weight test to go on this. Probably 15, if I had to guess, or 14. I've got some 14 suffix up there. It's good stuff. It'll cast really good on that. Let's wipe this off. It says 8, 12, 14. We'll put some 12 on it. That suffix 14 is fairly narrow line for its size. It may go 14, because it will hold 185 of 14. So It's getting on the lower end of surf fishing comfort, but depending on the species you're going after too. And that's your drag. Now, if you've got your, let's show you how this reel works. We'll put my schematic away. It did help some. It didn't help a lot. You've made your cast. You got your line set. You want your bail closed. This will run your bait out, and you can tighten that down to where it doesn't run out very fast, or you can tighten it down where it goes out quick. As soon as you pick the rod up, you crank it, and you're on the drag then. It flips your Baitrunner. I'll show you. There. There's your Baitrunner set. Spool will spin. Give it one crank, and you're back on the drag. So you can set the hook, fight the fish. Happy birthday to me. That's a Shimano 3500B. I found that was very important when finding this handle because I ordered for a 3500 and got this. There's a big difference. It won't fit this reel. So make sure when you look up Shimano parts, you get the whole part number or whole model number to look up the schematics. There it is. I like that reel. It's beautiful. I'm going to put some line on it today. I'll just set that right there. Let me set that right there so y'all can look at it. Isn't that pretty? That's a thing of beauty. This is John, the Vintage Fisherman. It worked out. It's aggravating, but it worked out. But thanks for watching. Sorry for the stops and starts, but sometimes they're just aggravating. There's nothing else you can do about it, but go back and look. That's why I did the videos, right? I tried to figure out a way to actually have the video over here beside me on my laptop or tablet or actually my MacBook, but I couldn't figure it. The file was too big for me to send via email where I could open it up and watch it. So maybe I should have put it on like an SD card. Would have been the smart way to do it, but it worked out. I just had to stop to go look at it. So thanks for watching. This is John, Vintage Fisherman. This video is going to air on my birthday. So like I said, happy birthday to me. I bought it for my birthday. I've also got its big brother. Oh, goodness gracious. Here's its big brother, the 6500. Got that one. And hold on, we ain't done yet. This was my first one that I fished with. And it's a 6500 plus. I don't know which one's newer. Y'all tell me. But I fished with this one. You can see it's got line on it. It's got that really wild drag set up to it. But they work on the same principle. It's a heavy reel. It's a heavy reel. So if you're going to use it in the surf, you don't want to be standing there holding it all day. But that's the beauty of the Baitrunner part. Well, this is John, Vintage Fisherman. Come on back and catch more videos. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe. I think we're all duly noted to have to say that. Have a great day.